The Bhojshala-Kamal Maula Mosque dispute in Madhya Pradesh has once again become a major national topic after fresh court hearing and argument from both Hindu and Muslim sides. Located in Dhar district, the Bhojshala complex is considered one of the most sensitive religious and historical disputes in central India. For Hindus, Bhojshala is believed to be an ancient temple dedicated to goddess Saraswati and a renowned center of learning established during the reigns of King Bhoj. For Muslims, the same structure is known as the Kamal Maula Mosque, where prayers have been offered for centuries. The legal battles over the site is not new. The dispute has continued for decades and involves questions for faith, history, archaeology, religious rights and constitutional law. Recent court proceedings have again brought attention to what both sides are claiming and how the judiciary is examining the matter. What is Bhojshala? Bhojshala is a historic monument located in Madhya Pradesh. Historians associate it with Raja Bhoj, the Parmara king who ruled Malwa around the 11th century. King Bhoj is remembered as a patron of education, Sanskrit, literature and architecture. According to Hindu organization and historians supporting their claims, Bhojshala was originally a Sanskrit learning center and a temple devoted to goddess Saraswati. Many believe scholars from different regions came here to study philosophy, literature and religion. The structure contains carved pillars, sculptures, inscriptions and architectural design that resemble temple-style construction. These elements form the basis of the Hindu site claim. Muslims, however, refers to the site as the Kamal Maula Mosque. They have said that the structure has functions as a mosque for several centuries and has been used for Islamic prayer for generations. Why is the site controversial? The controversy exists because both communities claim religious rights over the same structure. Hindu groups argue that the mosque was constructed after damaging or converting an existing temple. They demand completely rights to worship at the site and recognition of Bhojshala as a Hindu temple. Muslim organizations argue that the mosque has a long religious history and that Muslims have continuously offered namaz there. They say attempts to alter the present arrangements could create communal tensions and disturb peace. The disputes become more intense over the years because both sides view the site not only as a place of worship but also as a symbol of historical identity and heritage. Current worship arrangement. At present, the Archaeological Survey of India manages the Bhojshala complex as a protected monument. Under an existing arrangement, Hindus are allowed to worship on Tuesday, Muslims are allowed to offer Friday namaz. The arrangements becomes more complicated whenever festivals or religious occasions of both communities fall on the same day. In the past, this has led to protests, political statements and heavy security deployment. Authorities often impose strict security measures in Dhar during important hearings or religious gatherings connected to Bhojshala. What did the Hindu side tell the court? During recent hearings, the Hindu side presents several historical and archaeological arguments. Claim of ancient Saraswati temple. Hindu petitioners argued that Bhojshala was originally a temple dedicated to goddess Saraswati. They claimed that it was one of the greatest centers of Sanskrit education in medieval India. They pointed to Sanskrit inscription, temple-style carvings, sculptures of Hindu deities, pillars with traditional Hindu architectural patterns as evidence supporting their claim. Archaeological evidence. Lawyers representing Hindu group referred to archaeological survey and reports. They argued that many structures features inside the complex clearly indicates that the temple origins rather than mosque architecture. Some Hindu organizations also demanded scientific survey and detailed investigation to establish the original nature of the monument. Demand for full worship right. The Hindu side requests uninterrupted right to worship at Bhojshala and argued that restrictions on access hurt religious sentiments. Some petitioners compared the case to other temple mosque disputes in India where historical structures are under legal examination. How did the Muslim side respond? The Muslim side strongly opposed the claim made by Hindu petitioners and defended the mosque's religious identity. Centuries of namaz. Muslim organizations argued that namaz has been offered at the site for generations and that the structure has functioned as a mosque for centuries. They said long-standing religious practice cannot be ignored while deciding ownerships or worship rights. Concerns over communal harmony. Lawyers representing the Muslim sides argued that disturbing the current arrangement could affect communal peace in the region. They maintain that reopening historical disputes repeated may create unnecessary tensions between communities. Questions over interpretations of evidence. The Muslim sides also question that the interpretations of archaeological finding. They argue that the historical structure often undergo changes over centuries and that selective reading of evidence should not decide religious ownership. Their lawyers insisted that the present status should continue until the court reaches a final conclusion based on complete evidence. Role of the Archaeological Survey of India. The Archaeological Survey of India plays a crucial role because Bhojshala is a protected monument. The ASI is responsible for maintaining the structure, preserving historical remains, managing entry and security arrangements, and ensuring compliance with court order. In recent years, courts have also considered requests related to fresh archaeological surveys and documentations of the site. The ASI's reports and findings are considered important piece of evidence in the legal proceeding. Political reaction around the dispute. The Bhojshala dispute often becomes a political issue during elections and major religious events. Several Hindu organizations and political leaders describe Bhojshala as a symbol of cultural heritage and demand full restoration as a temple. Meanwhile, Muslim groups and leaders warn against politicizing religious disputes and stress the importance of maintaining peace and constitutional protections. Because of the sensitivity of the issue, state authorities usually maintain high security during court hearings, surveys, and religious gatherings. Why the case matters nationally? The Bhojshala dispute is significant because it touches on larger national debates involving historical religious structure, archaeological interpretation, rights of worship, preservation of heritage, constitutional balance between communities. The case is also being closely watched because its outcomes may influence discussions around similar disputes elsewhere in India. Legal experts believe that the judiciary will carefully examine historical records, archaeological evidence, and constitutional principles before issuing major directions. The Bhojshala-Kamal Maula Mosque dispute remains one of India's most sensitive heritage and religious cases. Both Hindu and Muslim sides continue to present strong historical and legal arguments before the court. For Hindus, Bhojshala represents an ancient Saraswati temple and the lost centers of learning. For Muslims, it remains a mosque with centuries of religious significance. As the court continues hearing the matter, the country's attention remains fixed on Dhar, where history, faith, archaeology, and law have come together in a complex and emotionally charged dispute.